Storytelling around here. I want to talk about railroading as a dungeon master, and I totally railroad. Totally believe in railroading. I'm a runaway train railroader. Whoa, you're going this way. That's it. Okay, not totally, but I've just been coming across like some, don't railroad your players, or we don't want to be railroaded, but you have to be railroaded. The DM has to create a story and a narrative, and that's you watch The Mandalorian. It's a railroad, right? It starts with something, and he's going to go there in the story, and then he ends up going there, right? Railroad. So I love that show. I've been watching that. It's great. Anyway, and I'm totally getting into Star Wars RPG. I think. Merry Christmas to me. That's what my family got for me. But I'm still done doing Dungeons & Dragons. Don't worry about it. So railroading, I totally railroad. So in my Storm King's Thunder, for example, I know they're going to go to the Hill Giants. I'm going to make them go to the Hill Giants. Then I'm going to make them go to the Stone Giants. Then I'm going to make them go to the Frost Giants. Then I'm going to totally railroad them. Then I'm going to make them go totally in order. But they're having a great time. So what I do though is, if the Hill Giants, are up here in the map, I will have a railroad in the sense of they have options as to which way they go. For instance, they started in Waterdeep, and then they could either take the road up to Golden Fields to help them out, or they could take a ship, and they get to choose. But that was it. That was their only choices. Now, I do understand the concept of, say, creating a map and you having different locations of different things, and then they all eventually lead though to the finale or whatever boss or whatever thing you've got going. But you got to have a railroad in some sense. And the players though, what their choice is: one, they can take which railroad, but they're also going that way. They can determine how fast the train goes, what they load it up with, when they stop and get off and take a break and walk around, and potty break, whatever. The players get those choices. They can choose who's on the railroad or who's on the train, and stuff like that. And the DM obviously has to work accordingly. But you can only have so much. When I create the different branches, it's each new one that I create then thins out the butter, so it gets a little too spread, and the characters and the world gets a little thin, like butter spread on toast, in Lord of the Rings and Fellowship of the Ring. But the way Bilbo said it. But it's just so you're as a DM you do want to create different areas they can go to, and I draw maps on. And I put different little options for them to do, so they can go little, different areas. But it's still a railroad because I'm still having to go to the Hill Giants. You know what I mean? As far as what they're going to be doing. But they do feel like they're talking about, like, they're at Golden Fields and Storm King's Thunder. You probably don't know this, but I do have a little bit of a world, so they do talk about, well, we can go do this or we can go do that, we can go do that. But again, all of it is, they all know in that sort of backstory sense, because everyone's afraid of the Hill Giant. The Giants are attacking. They know they're going to be heading towards the Giants. So again, I railroad. I guess there's a little bit of sandbox in the sense of creating a map area, and you want to know all of the different settlements and different types of layers. But again, you want to keep that as simple too. You don't want to get too overly in depth with those, because you want them to go somewhere, and they want to go there too. You want to have a sense of a motivate. Okay, so I always bring up my motivation is the suffering of the people, the peasants, the farms, and that I use that every time. Cliche, work, trope, whatever works. Archetype, whatever you want to. I don't even know what the nomenclature is, but I use it every time. It works. I've been DMing for 40 years. I'm very comfortable with using that, and it's emotional. I can get emotions out of them, emotional states, and from very low to very high, especially when they save and rescue. I mean, in the Storm King's Thunder, I had one barbarian guy who wants to fight. He wants to save. They encountered a little halfling farmer widow, and her husband had died, and her little pup. I told him when they went up to her, she's so small. She's got little puppies with her. I'm like, puppies? I'm like, well, wait, you realize that they're halfling children. They're so small, and they're like, and the barbarian was the first to go. We're gonna go get her cart, because the bandits took her cart, and she wouldn't leave because that's all she had left, and they were in a little grove. So he was the first to go. We're gonna go get that. I didn't say anything. He just we're gonna go. Yeah. So you know what I mean. So use those emotions to railroad them. They want to go do this thing. They want to help out. They want and then the fun is the little battles and little encounters and the rope and oh, and then this other one, I brought up in my other new players video where the aunt from England, my daughter's aunt, my sister-in-law, came in, and her, I just said the villagers you were enslaved by the orcs, and that's how I introduced her character. She saw the suffering, the village killed, some of them were eaten by the orcs. She was in a zombie state. She thought, oh my gosh. She never played this before. And I emotionally attached her immediately to the situation. And that's how you do it. So railroad away. It's the best thing because as a DM, you have to create a narrative. It's not going to go anywhere with, hex crawls or random stuff. I mean, unless everyone's super nerdy and you've all played for so long that you just want to all agree to do that, I guess. But at some point, you're going to want a narrative. We are all storytellers. We love stories. Our brains are created in that image of God to create stuff. And we want to create. You always want to create a story or be in a story or be part of a story. Storytelling is amazing. I love it. And railroading is just a bad way of saying telling a story. But again, okay, let me come down from that and say, if the players don't like something, then let them tell you that and learn from it and talk to them about, this and that. But I think that you can easily overcome that by creating your little, railroad that goes like this with the different paths and creating emotional experiences along the way and things they help and overcome as far as saving people, rescuing people, whatever, revenging people that have lost. But I always bring in characters that are emotional, sad, thank you for helping us, you know what I mean? Just always bring that in. Don't underestimate that. And I've been watching a lot of playthroughs like on YouTube, podcasts. I've not heard any of that. I don't remember. I've done like a dozen now, and I'm kind of, I'll try. I'm gonna do some more, but I find the DMs are not really bringing in emotional. Am I missing it? I just haven't had one yet. It's all been just kind of like, all right, you go here, you do this. You go here, you do that. You go here. Oh, here's a bad guy. And I'm really just, I've been listening to quite a few, especially the ones for Storm King's Thunder and Prince of the Apocalypse. The Wizard of the Coast playthroughs, and very few. I don't even recall many showing any emotions of characters. So, and I'm not trying to be like mean or anything. I'm trying to let you know you got to do that. And I to be honest, I always do that, but I haven't encountered that in these playthroughs. Maybe I'm missing something, or I shouldn't be giving you this advice. But my sessions are people going, oh, and yeah, like when they accomplish something, yeah, and the underlying tone is there's a peasant or farmer or someone that they've helped. Even a beaten down noble, who needs the help. So that's my advice. Railroad again, but yeah, add a couple paths there for the railroad so that they have a choice to which way they want to go. A couple of road, blockages that they got to clear on that railroad. But a railroad, you gotta. It's a story. We're storytellers, and I want a story. I want someone to. I don't want a random, thing. And computer games are kind of like that, right? They're sort of open world randomness, and they're fun for a while. But after a while, you do want to you start either you want to go to a story or narrative, or you start trying to create one in your own little mind while playing Minecraft or whatever. It's kind of like that movie, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio, the dream one where him and his wife or whatever. How's that movie called? Inter something? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they create their own dream world. They can create everything, the cities, but then they got bored, right? They controlled everything. Everything was boring. There was no story. There was no characters and conflict and so we good and evil, we need that in our lives, in our stories and our experiences and railroad. So that's my advice. I ramble, I love to, but that's the way I am. But my advice is to railroad. Create your little maps and your little paths to the goal, and use emotions, use the people and the suffering, because evil and good, So that's my little bit upon coming across on some of these, don't railroad type comments or posts I've been seeing. My advice is to railroad, and but make it wonderful and make it a story, because that's what